Hello. Today we're going to start rebuilding a 303 Ford top loader transmission. My goal is to show this the whole process all the way through. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before. And if I'm honest with you, I'm a little nervous, but we're going to give it a shot. And part of the reason why I'm videoing this whole process is so that I can document it, and then hopefully this will help me reassemble this thing once I take it all apart. This is a 1968 transmission. It's out of a Mustang. It's going into a 63 Ford Ranchero. There'll be more about this car truck thing. There's the rebuilt motor sitting right there. So yeah, this is it. This is the kit that I bought. I bought this rebuild kit. It comes with needle bearings. It comes with all the C-clips. It comes with the synchronizers and bearings and seals and O-rings. It also has the gaskets, the full gasket set here. So, all right, well, my goal here is to try to stay as organized as I possibly can. I think that's, if I can stay organized and keep everything clean and neat, that, that should help me be able to reassemble this thing and keep track of everything. So this is my workbench. That's where I'm going to be doing all the work. And right across is the transmission. So hopefully this all goes well. We'll see what happens. All right, without further ado, let's dig into this thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off these bolts that are holding on the tail shaft. They are 5/8. Let's go ahead and get these off of there. They're on there pretty tight. I don't know what the torque spec is on these bad boys, but obviously they are on there tight. Okay. There are 5 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go ahead. Once I get the bolts off, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bag. And I'll bring you back once I get these things all taken apart. They definitely put some blue Loctite on there, that's for sure. Somebody's been in here before me. That I can tell. The reason why I'm taking this thing apart is because second gear, the synchronizer was shot or something, man. It would go into gear, but it would always grind every single time. So right there. Alright, here's the tail shaft housing. I'm going to go ahead and set that over on the workbench for now. I'm going to take these bolts, put them in a plastic bag. Eventually I'm going to clean all this up again. Trying to see the seal there. There's a seal back here. Put these bolts in tail. Oh, they didn't even use a gasket on this. They just used looks like they just used some RTV. That's what this is. This is all RTV. Yeah. All right. Well. Oh no, there's a gasket there. Isn't there? I think so. Something here and see if it. Oh, it is a gasket. All right. It's like a paper gasket or something. Okay, there we go. Got it. So this is what that tail shaft looks like. Looks like those bolt holes go all the way through the housing, so I'm gonna have to put sealant on those threads or something. All right. Next up are going to be these 4 half-inch bolts. These bolts are going to go in the baggie called input bearing holder. There are a couple of seals. There's like a rubber seal. Well, maybe those aren't seals. I thought they were. But there's definitely a inner seal there. This thing right here. Just going. That's what it looks like. Don't know what that hole on the bottom is. This is how far everything was sticking out when I took it apart. Actually, let me see, does this slide? Oh, it does. Alright, so that slides in and out. Pretty easy. Alright. Cool. Let me look over this surface here. Oh, what that is. Is that scratched? Let's see what's going on. It's got a couple scratches in it. I can just pick it up with my fingernail. Oh my. Not only that, but can you see this? What the heck happened there? I don't know that that matters, because there really should be nothing on that on the outside. Right? I think we're okay. I don't think that's a problem, because there should be nothing running on the outside of that, I don't think. Everything runs on the inside. So I think we might be okay. I'm going to put this over with his friend over here on my parts cleaner. I'm probably going to have to take all that stuff off and clean all that stuff inside that parts cleaner, as a matter of fact. Alright, let me clean myself up here a little bit and then regroup. Okay, the next step after you take the housings all off, the lid, this housing here, is to remove the speedometer gear. There is a C-clip. I started to remove it. I popped that C-clip off first, and then this should just slide off. Alright, the next step in this process is to remove a pin, a locking pin. So you get a 1/4 inch punch and you knock that pin out. And once that pin is knocked out, then you take something, you bang on this. See if you beat on this, you drive that in to get this plug out. And then once that plug comes out, then you drive it back the other way to remove it. The shaft will just drop to the bottom, supposedly. So that's what we're going to try to do, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I drove this that way towards the front of the transmission to remove the plug. The plug shot out. I'm gonna have to go crawling around looking for it, but it's over here somewhere. And now I'm driving the shaft back to see to remove the shaft out of that thing. As you can see, there's a bunch of needle bearings in there that are clearly falling out. So I guess there's no turning back now. You don't have to drive it hard, I'll tell you, just gently. Things moving pretty easy. Maybe I can just grab it now and pull it out. Oh yeah. Oh, there it goes. All right, that's that. The next thing we're going to try to do is pull this input shaft out of here. Let's see this. Oh, okay. Well, that was easy. That popped right on out of there. Good deal. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out this spring. Put that here in my parts bin. And then there should be a plug down there. Hopefully I can get it with this. Nope, that's not going to work. Hold on a second. I need to find the right magnet. All right, I got a magnet. Send that down in there. All right, is there a right and a wrong? No. It looks to be the same. On either side. All right. Put that in there. Is there anything else down that hole I can grab? No, I think that's it for now. Okay. That's it for that guy. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these Allen. All right, this set screws that are down here were just stupid tight. Like, I thought for sure I was going to either break my wrench or strip out the Allen head there, but oh man, those things were tight. Now what no one's going to tell you, but a secret is to make sure this fork is slid back this way so that you can get a straight shot onto that set screw. And just to give you an idea of what those set screws look like, I did it off camera because it was just brutal. But these are the set screws right here. And it doesn't seem to matter. There isn't like a front or a back. They're both the same. So the next thing is can I scoot this? Can I scoot this thing back somehow? Let me do some playing around. I want to see if I can slide that shaft out the back here. Yep, that's exactly what I needed to do. I needed to slide this forward so it was lined up in that indentation there, and then I slid this back. And it just slides right on out, just like that. And when it happened, the fork dropped. Here's that fork. Can I pull that out of there? Oh, it's hard to do this with one hand. Come on, baby. Well, not only is it hard to do it with one hand, but I'm going to say it's downright impossible. All right, well, I got that down. I got this out. I'm going to put this over on the bench. And this came out like that, so it's going to go just like that, and that's facing up. All right. So that came out nice like that. All right. And then it's this. Here's the synchronizer. Well, that looks like that locks up nicely. I don't know what the... All right, so there's that. Bring you back on our next step. All right, so that second plug is down there. I should be able to get that out now that Yes. All right, that's the second indent plug. And that is, cheese and crackers, man. I'm terrible with this camera stuff. Okay, so that came out. Again, it doesn't look like there's... Doesn't look like there's a top and a bottom. Does it? don't think there is. If anything, the pointier side. The pointier side was facing down and the flatter side was facing up. Let's take a look at this other plug and see if they are similar, different. This is the top plug right here. And that is the bottom plug. And do they look any different to you? They look about the same to me. So let me... They look about the same. All right, so that's top, and that's bottom. Top, bottom. I'll keep the top with all that stuff. I'll try to keep that bottom plug all by his lonesome. Actually, I'm going to use my brain, such as it is, and I'm going to put that bottom plug in the bag. That way, I know that they're separate and I won't get this confused. Okay, I had to shift this whole assembly forward to get this fork to clear. This is the back of the transmission. So here's the fork. And so the flat part of the fork faces the back. And this protruding part here, whatever you want to call it, faces the front of the transmission. So it goes in like that. And then if you can see down in there, you can see the shift lever here. All right, that's this thing. Well, can I move it? Yeah. See, that's that thing there. That slides into this slot here. All right, so that is that. We're a step closer. All right, apparently in order to get the inside gear set out, or that top gear set, you need to remove this bearing here. So there was a snap ring holding it in. I removed the snap ring. And now I'm going to do something that's probably extremely stupid. And I'm going to beat on this with a hammer and try to drive that shaft out of that bearing, or that bearing off of that shaft. So we'll see how this goes. Probably not going to go well, but I don't know what else to do. You know, when you don't have... You can only do things with what you got, you know what I'm saying? This makes me want to panic. Don't know that it's moving. I think it moved. It is moving. I think. It's either moving or something's bending. One of the two. I'm not really sure which it is. Can I get that underneath the bearing? Oh, sweet. Can I get that underneath the bearing? Yes. All right. Now let's see what happens here. Something happened. Something happened here. Oh, yeah. we either just have success or I've completely screwed this thing up. I don't know which. Guess we'll find out. Keep on getting it. There we go. Something happened. There's the bearing. Okay. That's enough to make a person want to drink right there. Talk about nerve-wracking. It seems like a really bad idea, but I guess if it works, is it a bad idea? All right, let's stand this thing back where it belongs. All right. Can you see what's happening there? Good. All right, we're gonna try to finagle this thing out of here somehow. Somehow, this has to. Come on, baby. What is this? I mean, I thought that would give me the room I need to get this stupid thing out, but yet here I am, still fighting with it. Jiggle it, wiggle it. Come on, man. You are like right there, and I won't. Oh, come on. You're killing me. You are right. You are right there. All it's got to do is just jiggle it and wiggle it, and it pops right out. That's what I've seen. Clearly, it doesn't work that way for me. For Pete's sake. I'm jiggling it, I'm wiggling it, and it's not coming out. Does it have to go this way? I gotta get that fork off of there, but I can't. I can't get the fork off. Come on. Come on, you're right there, you piece of poop. Come off. Please. All right, let me see here. Let me see here. Maybe I can do this. Does that work? Does that make it come out? Does not. I might have to punch that thing out. I don't want to do that, but I may have no choice. Man, this is why we drink. 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 This is why I drink. Does not want to slip out of there. Shoot. Does not want to slip out. I want that to slip out. It's like right there. It won't. It just won't slip out. I thought for sure if I could get that. It's not hitting anything. There you go. All right. All right. There we go. Now the next problem is trying to get this. There we go. All right. Oh no, it's slipping. Don't you go back in there. All right, well that's out, but that was just a miserable experience. Miserable. All right, so there is a washer there with a flat. There's another washer and another washer over here that has a flat. I don't know exactly where these came from, but I think there's an indentation there, so I think that washer goes there. I'm assuming there's the same thing on that. There, I think. All right. That was miserable. I don't know what's up with this, but get the same thing on this one over here. Is it supposed to be that way, or I don't know what's happening here. That looks miserable. All right. Well, I got the thing out. Now there's just nothing left to do but to rebuild this and put it all back together. Clean everything up. And just do what I just did in reverse. Man, that was miserable trying to get that out. I can't imagine what it's going to be like getting it. I can. It's going to be terrible putting this back together. Absolutely terrible. All right, well, this is the mess I've got. All right, let's go continue with the disassembly and we'll go from there. All right, so all the bearings, and there's all kinds of bearings and the little dogs and stuff in there. I'm going to use a magnet. I'm going to try to get that stuff out of there. I'm going to stick it in that. There's the roll pin. See that? Nice pile of stuff. All right, there's more bearings. Guess the key is going to make sure I get all the bearings out of the bottom of this thing, because we don't want those rolling around. So that's great. Do not drop that, because I'm going to have to count these to make sure I got them all. All right. So, the next thing I'm going to do is clean this thing all out here. All right, there are 25. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 49, 50. All right, good. Got them all. Sweet. Okay. Transmission is apart. I've inspected all the gears. Everything looks really good. The next step of this process is to install the needle bearings. I've got a mess of them here. So let's go ahead and get in this package. Now, you know what, before I get carried away. All right, so what you're supposed to do is add some grease to the inside there. Not too much, not too little. And this grease is supposed to help hold these bearings in place. All right. Guess we'll find out if that's true. How does that look? That looks all packed in there nicely. I'm gonna get some more grease, swirl it around in there. Make sure this does not. We don't want this coming apart, I can tell you that. This comes apart and I'm gonna be upset. It means I have to pull the whole transmission apart again. We don't want to have to do that. Or not only that, but if one of these falls out and I don't know it, that's just gonna destroy the transmission. That would be a bad day. All right, so there's that. Then there's a washer that goes on the end, and I'm trying to see if there's like a front and a back, or doesn't appear to be. All right, we're gonna put some grease on this thing too. Why not? Just grease the heck out of everything. Just kind of hold that all together. Oh, nice. There we go. All right. One side down. Another side to go. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I think the next step is there's a snap ring on the front of this. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a snap ring on the front of this shaft that I'm going to need to get off of there. Slide all this apart. I got to get that off of there and replace that. And I think there's another one. Yep. Right there, I got to get that off of there and replace that. Those are the synchronizers. And the second gear one was the one that was not working properly. And I'd be lying if I told you I knew which one was the second gear. It's probably, I don't know. Anyway, I need to get that apart so I can replace those, put it all back together, and that'll be done. So I got these dogs in the back here that are out of place. I got these dogs up front here that I need to replace. So let me go ahead and get that snap ring off of there. It's this snap ring right here just above the tooth there. See it? I gotta get that off of there and start getting this thing disassembled. All right, give me a minute. All right, so I'm gonna get this snap ring off. This is not easy because I'm using the wrong kind of snap ring pliers. I ordered the right ones. They were supposed to come in yesterday, but Napa let me down and they didn't come in. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Well, that was easy. This. And then this comes off. This Actually, you know what? Why don't I bring you over here? Let me see if you get it from my vantage point here. So we. Alright. So then this comes off with these facing away from the spline. So we put that there. When I say we put that there, I'm putting it I'm sliding it off and I'm setting it down like that. It's a little bit of a struggle here. Okay. I got that off with a bit of a struggle, but this slid off like that. This faces the front, so I'm going to put it like that. And the synchronizer, the taper, faces like that. All right, so that's going to go like that. Then, what happens next? I don't know if you can see, but on the face of this one, there's grooves. I'm assuming that's for oil. Does that just, oh, that just slides off too. All right, okay. And then that one slid off nicely. All right, we're gonna put that one down. Just, wait a minute. Nope. Nope, James, I almost screwed that up royally. All right, that goes like that. And then, I can only hope that there's another snap ring. I'm sure that there is. Where are you? There it is. Indeed. Oh, you can't see it. Why aren't you looking? Here. There you go. There's another snap ring. So, oh, I hate these doggone snap rings. I wonder if you had the right tool, if that makes all the difference in the world, or if it still sucks. That's the question that I have. That's the question that I have. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to curse this thing out some more. Actually, these bigger snap rings are typically a lot easier than the small ones. Well, maybe a lot easier. That's probably a bit of an overstatement. Here. Sometimes easier than, I think they are easier than the small ones, but. Oh, yes. Got it. Okay, so then that goes there. Whoops, let me put these, get these back out of my way. Probably the less parts I have laying around, tools and stuff like that, I try to keep myself somewhat organized. Because as you can tell, it's easy for me to not be organized. Let me get this out of the way. All right, now let's go back to see what we got here. Alright, so then this, what the hell is happening here? This, oh no. What, is there a burr there? Oh no, there's a washer here with a thingy on it. How do I get that out of there? One has to ask oneself. There it goes. Look at this goofy thing. So that washer goes on there. Put that down. Now this should slide off. All right. The synchronizer came with it. Excellent. And then we're left with this. And this comes off like that. And those dogs, if you could see them, are in there like that. Okay, well, that's fun. I'm not sure where those, I think those are supposed to be pushed down. And then that's what we're left with right there. Just to give you the full effect of what's happening. So this goes like that. All right. Well, okay, guys. I don't know about you guys, but oh my goodness gracious, it's 12:30. All right, I need to take a break.